Okay, stream should be coming back up. You guys should be seeing and hearing me. Put on a little bit of tunes while we get ready for Jeff. Have iNcontroL on in about 4 or 5 minutes. Tonight's theme is 2 racks, ZVT, how to deal with it, and what to do when you're faced with it. We're going to start out with the all-in version, and we're going to move on through and talk about every little way that it can be played. So look forward to that. fun as that song is. Where are you in control? E, F, G, H, I. There he is.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hello, sir.
Hello. Good job at those games, by the way. You're doing quite well. I like the splitting of the army. I like the battle of attrition, and your corruptor control has been very good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Those are
good decision making.
Literally the only games I've won all day. So. So we're talking about 2 racks today, huh?
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you the way I was hoping to structure this is that we could just start with the earliest stuff that's troublesome, 2 racks, SCV all-ins, and just talk about how we need to be dealing with that, and then just kind of move on through the game as we sort of, I won't say master, but as we sort of become adept at each step.
Okay. One of the overarching concepts I have when it comes to 2 racks and kind of the philosophy you need to attribute, and this is actually something that dates back to Brood War. It's not necessarily a 2 racks, but early Marine SCV rushes have been going on for 13 years. Now, of course, they function differently in the 2 games because obviously units and their relationship with the game themselves are different. But one of the big concepts that needs to be applied to this is engaging at the right time. Too many people see, holy shit, here comes a bunch of SCVs and Marines, and they just throw whatever it is they have at them. And that's not the proper response. You have to be not necessarily slow, but you have to be very calm and methodical about it. You do want to have drones ready to go, not necessarily every one of them. You want to have some still mining. And again, if a guy brings 15, 16 SCVs, then yeah, maybe you do need almost every single one of them. But if it's just 3, 4 SCVs, then don't drag 9 or 10 drones, unless of course you don't have any lings out, it's super fast or something like that. But one guy that's really good to watch for defense against this is, and he streams on Team Liquid regularly, is like Celawera. The guy does a very good job of, okay, here comes the Marine SCV bunker rush. I'm going to start a spine crawler. Doesn't have to be in position of the bunker he's making. It can just be a little bit back of my my expansion hatchery. And then I'm going to have 4 or 5 drones looking to surround a Marine or SCV, pick off the constructing SCV. But he's making Zerglings, and he's not streaming them into the wood chipper that is 5, 6 Marines. He's massing them up at the back, and then he strikes at the last possible moment. And that's actually a really important concept for Zerg's defensive rushes in general, is attacking at the last possible moment. And that is really difficult. It really stresses the good decision making, but it's also easy for people to push it one way or the other too hard. Like they wait too long, the bunker finishes, then it loads up, and now there's 5 SCVs repairing it. Right. That was too long. Or they push it too fast, where it's like a quarter of the way done, and the guy has SCVs in front of his Marines, and you just attack, move into him, and then you get ground up that way.
Right.
That's wrong at the same time as well. So it's an extremely precarious situation in that the Terran is essentially putting almost everything on the line. With mules, it's very different in StarCraft 2. It's almost ridiculously economical, and that's why so many Zergs bitch about this. But it forces the Zerg to make the right 1 or 2 choices at the exact right moment, otherwise you're dead. And that's why so many Zergs are on the forums going, this matchup is just terrible. It's because the impetus is on them. It's not on the Terran. The Terran literally, what are they doing with their brain? I got to build a bunker and walk 5 Marines and 5 SCVs over there.
Right.
What does the Zerg have to do? Got to put down a spine crawler. I need to engage how many drones I have, what SCV is constructing. I need to hit at the time when it's closest to my units, as opposed to when it's in the middle of that bunker. Or I guess it never does anymore, but when it's on the outside, facing away from me. Do I engage with the drones first or the lings first? Do I go for the surround or do I just straight up attack move like a spearhead? All that stuff. Very difficult and very much so on the Zerg side.
Okay.
That's my spiel.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if you were done or not. I'm just as you spiel, I'm checking on my guys that I've got available, and I don't have really any Terrans right now.
Yeah, I just messaged LZ Gamer. He's of course AFK.
Of course.
If it came down to it, I could do it.
Well, we could
Obviously, I'm not able to
certainly
at the same
start,
time.
since we're just going to be covering the all-in section first, and then maybe
Mhm.
by the time we get through that, we can pick up some of the guys.
It's weird we can't find any Terrans.
It
Usually
never seemed to have any.
just ladder and tractor beam them out of there because there's a million Terrans laddering all the time.
Apparently, Murder is too high to come play with us, so he's out.
Let me see. I'm messaging you. Villo. Skew is AFK for 1 hour, so there's probably no go on that.
All right. Well, I've got messages out to everybody that I can message, so I guess let's just hop in and we'll get started.
Yep. Okay, let's do that. I'll go ahead and make. Skew won't play with us.
Cool.
You do have LZ Gamer later in the week, though, so
Yep.
he can't escape then.
Ooh, Alij says he has a buddy, so I'm gonna.
Oh, good.
I'll just invite Alij in here then. Let him do it.
Wonder if it's Sheth who says he'll play turn. Nope.
QQ, Alij, you are worthless. Alright. So, obviously, the scouting aspect of this is going to be a little bit easier since we kind of know what we're working on. But any pointers on what I should look for to tip me off on, hey, this is going to be an all-in?
Yeah. Well, whether you drone scout or not, it's actually just kind of. I mean, this is obviously where the drone scout comes in. One of the things I coach is always pool first, and this is precisely because of builds like this.
Okay.
I think if you do see it's an all-in, it's easier to react. Obviously, if you're drone scouting, that's the beginning. I personally don't drone scout, and I've never actually faced the 2 racks all in SCV. And everyone I kind of work with, like Idra, Machine, and Rhett. Does Rhett drone scout?
No.
Yeah, they all don't drone scout. I think like the best way. I mean, you can get your Overlord in approximate placements on most of the maps to see little indicators. But it really comes down to those 6 lings or the 4 lings that you make. So those 4 lings have to clear the SCV and get there ASAP. Little indicators are like if that SCV is just hanging outside your hatchery, your expansion hatchery. But of course, by then you do have the lings. So I guess just get the lings out and head to his base, and watch the base of that ramp. And the only indicator really is going to be that all the the Marines and SCVs are coming out, or if they're anywhere on the map at that time.
Yeah. All right. So let's for the purpose of tonight, I mean, we can probably cover hatch first later. You said you like to coach pool first, so how would you have that go in an ideal situation?
How would I have that go? Well, you got the 6 lings out. You throw down the expansion hatchery as if everything's normal and fine, because it shouldn't be apparent just yet that he's doing the all-in. And then once it does become apparent, it's just nice because instead of making the drones that you'd like to be making, you just make more speedlings. I would probably start the spine crawler in my main because my expansion hatchery is going to be behind. And then once you have like 8, 10, 12 lings, and you should be kind of getting a feel for what's going on right now. Either they're building a bunker outside your expansion hatchery with a bunch of lings, Marines and SCVs right now, or they've abandoned it because you went pool first and you have speedlings, which is a bad situation for them. They're not looking to engage you with that. Okay. If it's hatch first, they're going to commit to it. They think that's a build order win for them. So in that situation, spine crawler anywhere, hopefully at your expansion, and then it's going to come down to drones and lings. That's just it.
All right, so we're talking about pool first. So we're talking gas and then pool, or we're talking pool and then expand?
Gas then pool, but it can be pool then gas in either case. Basically, when people say pool